Okay, let's address a couple things here. Recently, had a video posted, and this guy wanted to try to blast me on every little thing. Uh, I said I got a couple years, several years experience landscaping, and he's like, "Well, if you got years experience of landscaping, then you should know what a blade is, and I don't understand why you're using a stupid little string on your trimmer and not a blade." Well, with years experience of trimming, I tell you, trying up against someone's fence or my own fence, you don't want to damage the fence, and you want to get the actual grass or weeds off the fence. So let me show you why you don't use that blade. That's why you don't use the blade, right? So, Zephaldino said, "Do not believe a word this man says. I fell for this trap only to spend money twice. Petrol trimmers are far more powerful than a 40 volt. Do not fall for the battery crap." Oh, I'm sorry, far more powerful than a 40 volt toy. Clearly, we can see that it trimmed that no problem, so not a toy. Let's see what else he said, right? It's not more powerful. The petrol's not more powerful. About the same these days. Let's see. There's where he blasted me about the blade instead of a string. And the stuff he said about dealing with the choke and tuning the carb. Nonsense. Well, clearly you've never... if you're starting your trimmer, seriously, every single time, one pull, well, then you haven't put many hours on your trimmer because your carburetor's not full of carb yet, right? You don't have any carb buildup. So you haven't had to fine-tune your carburetor. Of course, you just replace your carburetor instead of fine-tuning it. Okay, whatever. What else we got to say here? There's too much stuff to say. I'm sorry. If you don't have many hours on it, yeah, you probably don't have to choke it, but well, it just shows you have very limited experience with trimming. So if you don't have to choke your trimmer yet to get it started, and you haven't had to tune the carb, then you clearly have not used your trimmer very much. Let's see here. And then of course he wants to say replacing your carb is just cheaper and faster. Long after I'd have to replace my batteries. No, I've had my batteries 3 years. I spoke to a guy yesterday. He's had his trimmer for 5 years. Hasn't had a single problem with his as well. Let's see, for the price of one set of batteries, or you can buy 11 to 12 carbs. Yeah, but why would you want to? Just tune them and then you don't have to buy any. You spend a couple hours tuning them 30, 40 times, but whatever. If you really were concerned about the money, tune them instead of buying new ones. And best of all, the battery powered crap. Waste of money. It was more expensive than the petrol one. No, I got mine for I think $120 with the battery. Wasn't bad at all. I think they're about $180 now with the battery, but I got mine on sale. So just look for the sale prices. And I've spent way more than that on gas ones. Electric would last less than 1 hour with 2 sets of batteries. Nope. Nope. I mean, what do I got on here? I got a 5 amp hour battery on here. Lasts about an hour. So if you're doing 2, then you must be using the 2 amp hour batteries. Not my fault. I mean, you don't have batteries big enough to deal with your needs. Petrol lasts around 1 hour with 600 milliliters of fuel. Yeah, okay, yeah. Refuel and carry on. Yeah, and like I said on my video that you were trying to blast me on, like I said, take battery off, throw new battery on, put old battery on charger, continue on. I mean, 3 batteries, I can go non-stop. Because by the time I'm done with the second one, the first one I put on there would be charged. So clearly he didn't hear that part. And of course, it's such a hassle to pump the carb 5 times. Well, most of them say 6, I believe, or 4. Some say 4, some say 3, some say 6. So 5, okay, whatever. Yeah, to me it's a deciding factor. Do I want to pump? No, I don't want to pump it. I want to pull a trigger and it start immediately, which is what I was saying. Instant start, instant going. No need to pump anything. No need to mess with the carburetor. No need to clean the carb. No need to pull the spark plug out, get the carb build up off of it, or replace it. None of that. So clearly there's a comprehension problem. One little thing he forgot: the battery-powered trimmer was hopeless. In the same amount of time with the weather, he could do well over twice as much area. Okay, so he could do twice as much with his petrol trimmer, and electric ones or battery-powered ones are a joke. Okay, all right, and a toy. Okay. Get the same problem with gas as you do with electric, right? I mean, your grass gets too tall, you get built up around here. Yeah, it's gonna bog and might shut off eventually. Yeah, I don't know about you, but it looks every bit as good as a gas-powered trimmer. I mean, I did go a little fast. You know, didn't spend a whole lot of time making sure I got it perfect. That doesn't look that bad, does it? I mean, you got a lot of dead grass on top there, right? I mean, it cleaned that edge pretty good. Didn't really eat much string. I mean, how tall was that grass? 2.5 feet? 3 feet? Wow. So I guess the thing to use, Faltino, is to leave those with experience at trimming. Leave those people and their opinions to matter. Because clearly, if you've never cleaned a carb, if you've never had to retune a carb, if you've never messed with a carb and you just replace it, and if you never have to use your choke to start your trimmer, well, clearly, or you haven't trimmed very much. If you have to have a blade on there, clearly, you don't know how to trim. Or, yeah, you just don't know how to trim. And if you think all landscapers have to use a blade, you're sadly mistaken. I mean, if I was going to trim up close to someone's house, I wouldn't want to risk a blade hitting their garden hose and cutting it, or an extension cord they might have out, or where their cable goes into their house. I mean, you know, all damage, things that you can damage, let alone an air conditioner unit that doesn't have a proper size pad for it. And I've had that happen quite a few times. You hit that with a blade, it's toast, and you're paying for the repairs. If you're using string, yeah, your head will get stuck in the wire, so not a big deal. Might tangle it a little bit, but it's not going to break anything. At least not the first time. Maybe after 3 or 4 or 5 times. Okay. Although hitting the AC unit, you can mess up the fins and make it less efficient. And of course, that's still not a good thing. But you're not going to tear up a fence with a string. Just to prove to you that there's string there. Look at that. That's what I got on there, is string. I don't need no sneaking blade. I know how to trim. Because that's all it is an opinion, not based on fact, based on feeling. Because if you're basing it on fact, well, you just seen, just tore right through that. No problems. A little bit better than a toy, isn't it? Let's see. And let's check that battery. I can't see with my glasses on. Well, that's 3 bars left. And this is the original battery from when I bought the trimmer 3 years ago. This isn't the extra one I bought 2 years ago for the blower. This is the one I bought originally, or got originally for free with the trimmer. Huh. Well, since I've used less than a quarter of my battery, I guess we can prove she'll last at least an hour. So, wrong again, buddy. Leave the opinions to those who know.